Well, I'm out here today on a secluded part of my farm and we're doing some testing on security cameras. Out here there's no Wi-Fi, no power, but that is no problem with the Reolink Go. This version security camera, it's going to work on cellular data. It's going to allow me to download an app on my phone and monitor exactly what's going on simply by using cellular data. This should be a fun review. I'm going to be doing a ton of testing. This thing has a boatload of options. We're going to be digging into that. Come along, let's get the review started. Well, as I mentioned today, it is a Reolink security camera and the optional solar panel. This is going to keep the rechargeable battery in this camera charged up. Hopefully it will. We're going to set this up and see how it performs. I'm going to show you what's inside here in just a bit. The folks over at Reolink have been watching my trail camera videos and videos here on my farm. They wanted me to test this out on remote locations here on my farm, and I sure do have that. And I'm actually going to mount it at a bit of a tree stand that I have. It's a small hunting stand, if you will, but over the years we've had a lot of trouble with vandalism and windows being broke out for no good reason, and just different things happening in obvious times where there's people in and out. You don't always know what's going on. Today we're going to be mounting a security camera up there and seeing if we catch any activity. So let's get into the unboxing. I'm going to show you what's included with this Reolink Go security camera. So as I mentioned, it's the Reolink Go. Inside the box you get the user's manual, I presume. Here's the camera. Have a bit of a camo cover up the white if you prefer. Get a USB cable, mounting screws. Here's a wall mount and a rechargeable battery. So as I've mentioned several times now, with this security camera, this model, the Reolink Go, runs on cellular data. So I actually purchased the Freedompop. I think if you read the description and in the manual, it says it works off of T-Mobile cellular data. So you do have to buy a SIM card and have some sort of data plan. You do not need the talk and text. It says data only. I was a little concerned with this 3-in-1 because it includes talk, text, and data. You only need the data, but we're going to see if this works. We're going to be using this SIM card, putting it inside, and see if we can't get this thing initialized. The camera also takes a micro SD card. Put that in the slot right beside the data card. There we have them side by side. Next we'll put in the battery. So a couple things I'm learning here as I'm setting this up for the first time. You have to activate your data card before you put it into the trail camera. So when you get your card, your micro SIM card, activate it, then simply place that inside the camera here. You place your micro SD and your data card in the camera and then put in your battery. There is no on-off button, no buttons on this. You simply put in your battery and the camera turns on. When it turns on for the first time, you're going to want to download an app, Reolink app. That's right in the user's manual there. It's easy to find. When you open your app for the first time, it's going to actually ask you to scan a little code there with your smartphone. You simply scan that. It syncs to your security camera the first time. There's a little bit of a setup, and then you're good to go. So I think I have this all set up. Next, we're going to be mounting this and then start using the app and see if we can get it set up to start acting as a security camera remotely. So that mounted there, very easy, very self-explanatory. Just simply screw the wall mount up Then the camera attaches to it, has a ton of different adjustments, and you can get it just right. Next, solar panel. We're going to be mounting the solar panel from Reolink. They absolutely recommend using their brand solar panel. It's made specifically for this security camera. It also comes with a wall mount, so I'm going to be mounting that right above the camera there. It should get plenty of sunlight. I'm anxious to see how well this keeps the battery charged. Today, it's mostly cloudy, and of course there's going to be days like that. We'll see how well that battery holds up over time. It's going to be out here for a long time taking videos and pictures. So let's see if we can get that solar panel mounted. So as you can see, the panel's mounted. The camera's down below it, and the solar panel has the USB end right on it, and that just simply plugs right into the bottom of the camera. Next, it's time to open up the app. This camera works on cellular data, and it has a PIR sensor. Now, PIR sensor might sound familiar to you, but that is exactly what trail cameras use. This camera, when it detects motion, is going to activate, and then it'll send you a notification, and you can view the live feed at that point through your app. It also is recording to the micro SD that's inside the camera. Because this is meant for remote locations and for without power, places without power, it has that rechargeable battery, and it does not record 24/7 just continuously. The battery would not be able to handle that. This model uses the PIR sensor. So next, let's open up the app and check out the live feed. So here we are. We opened up the app. You can see me standing there showing the camera my app. So it is working. We are live. So I'm anxious to give this a try. I'm going to be playing with that sensitivity, like I said. We're going to be monitoring this area, and I'm going to be showing you sample photos and videos that this camera gets. It is 1080p video, so it should be nice, clear. It's a wide angle lens, should cover a lot of area here. So let's see what we can capture with the Reolink Go security camera. So I've had this security camera out here for now at least 2 weeks, and I've been getting a lot of footage. It's been a lot of fun checking out the different features that it has, and I'm going to be going over some of them with you in just a second here. But I want to show you some of the sample footage I have been getting. I have not had a lot of unwanted two-legged guests hanging around here, but boy, have I got a lot of four-legged guests that have all been around here when I wasn't here. So let's show you some of that footage, and then I'll come back and show you some of the settings that I have been discovering. So as you can see in those test videos I just showed, the PIR sensor is working exactly as it's supposed to. As soon as there's any type of movement, whether it's a groundhog, squirrel, turkey, deer, you name it, people, ATVs, anything going past here. I have no reason to believe it has missed anything. I've had hundreds of videos here in the last 2 weeks that I've had it out, and the camera has really been impressing me. Next, I wanted to touch on some of the features that this security camera has. Of course, it has that motion detection PIR sensor. It has night illumination that you can see in the pitch dark. It has the IR bulbs that light up the night. But it has some really neat features on the app, some of the settings and different options that it allows you to do. And I'm going to get into that right now. So I wanted to pull up the live feed here and show you some of the features. Up here in the corner you can see is a live microphone. So at this point you can hear exactly what the camera is seeing at any time. You can go live with that and listen in on the video. Next down here is you can pause the video at any time when you're looking at the live stream. Next you can see the camera icon and the video icon. You can simply click that and it takes a picture and saves it, or you can start videoing at any time and that starts videoing the live feed without the PIR sensor actually being triggered. We'll stop that video. Another feature is up here in the corner is a siren. You can click that and you can trigger a siren on the camera at any time. Another neat feature of this Lives is talking. You can simply click here and actually speak through a speaker on the camera. You could be 1,000 miles away and talk live if you see some action going on or somebody there in front of your camera. You can click the talk feature and simply talk to them. Also down here is the playback, and that is where all your videos are listed. So all the videos that were taken on that date are listed there, and you can simply go back through the different dates of the month that are listed up there and pick and choose whichever video you want to look at. Another thing I wanted to touch on is up here in the settings. So under your settings you can pull up and it gives you your battery strength. You can see it's running right around 98% right now. Another thing I wanted to touch on is the PIR sensitivity. That gives you options to reduce it from 100% the whole way down to 0%, just depending on how much movement you have, if you have trees or leaves or anything like that. I bump that back up to 90% where I had it, but that is a very nice feature with lots of flexibility there. And you can also schedule your camera to be active at certain times of the day. Here you can just pick on the day of the week and what time, and you can enable or disable the camera if there's only certain times that you want the camera to be active. So I have a couple more tests up my sleeve with this. I'm going to show you here in a bit. I want to do a speed test, exactly how quick those push notifications come through. I believe they're almost instant, but hey, let's test that out and find out for sure. But before we get into that, I have been setting this thing up in different locations, testing it out in all sorts of scenarios. You can put it at your house, place of business, anywhere that you have cellular data. This thing works. If you put it at your house, you can even monitor what time your teenagers are coming home.
Why is there a camera there?
Here I also tried it wider angle at my house, and I have my security camera watching my security dog. Well, as you can see, my security dog isn't extremely active, but there wasn't a lot going on, so we'll have to give her a break. So as you can tell in the sample videos, the microphone is extremely responsive, crystal clear. You can hear exactly what's going on, and it is just neat hearing nature or the birds, whatever it may be. The microphone clearly picks it up, and it can clearly pick up human voice also, so that is a great feature. So for the test, this is nothing scientific, but we got the camera mounted up here. I enlisted the help of one of my teenagers who just happened to be home in record time the night I had the camera set up. But he's going to be on a dirt bike coming past here. We'll see if the camera picks him up, and then secondly, how quickly the push notification actually comes through on my phone. So he should be coming here any minute, and we'll see if this works. So I hear them coming. Let's see if when the notification comes through here on my phone. So there we have it, within seconds. That notification comes through, and that's how it's been. There is a time stamp on them, so you know when you get them exactly when that occurred, but it's literally within seconds, maybe 2-3 seconds at the most. From the time the camera's triggered, you get a push notification and you can pull up and see a live view of the camera. So hopefully that gave you a good illustration of something that I already knew. The camera seems to be very responsive even to quick motion, and the push notifications come through nearly instantly. So it is now time for my final thoughts. Well, it is time for my final thoughts, and that is where I'll give the positives and negatives that I see of this product. A ton of positives, and let's start out with those. The camera has worked extremely well. The solar panel has kept up 98 to 100% at all times. No problems there. Compression rating on these videos is exceptionally well. It takes a very high resolution 1080p video, puts it on the SD card. It also sends a lower resolution model through the thumbnail on your app. So you have two different options there, a smaller version and a larger version that's on your SD card. So if you want a really high quality, you can retrieve the SD card and you have that there. But the compression rating on those videos is very good because it has compressed 320 some videos at this point down, and it's just a fraction of a 32 gig SD card. Another thing I want to touch on is the data usage. Again, that compression ratio must really work also for the data usage, because at 320 some videos, it was less than 1 gig of data used. So there is no subscription fee, nothing like that. The only cost it would be is your SIM card, what your data would be. And at this point, I could probably get away with 1 gig a month, maybe 2 gigs a month. So you can use a rather small plan, very inexpensive, and there is no other subscription fee through Reolink. I was exceptionally pleased with the quality of the video and the quickness of that PIR sensor. The PIR sensor trips and it doesn't run for just a set amount of time. It waits until whatever's moving in front of it quits moving. It has a smart sensor in it, and then the video stops. Like I showed at any point, you can go into the settings and take a video yourself or a picture yourself. So that's a great option. I really found the app easy to use. It quickly connects on my smartphone, and I was able to link right in with the live feed. Lots of positive things I had to say for this camera. No hiccups that I had whatsoever. Now, on to my cons. If there was something I would like to see an improvement, it's something small, but it would be a big improvement in my eyes. On the app, when you go into the playback feature and show the different videos, it shows each video for each day and each day of the month, and you can go back and select any of the videos that it has taken in the past. I wish it had a thumbnail that showed a picture of what's on that video. Every single thumbnail on all those videos is just a time and a date. You have no idea what's on those videos. If they would have a thumbnail with a picture of something on that video, you would have a real good idea of what each of those videos is. Otherwise, you're going back and just looking at time and dates and picking the videos based on that. I think it would be a huge improvement to have a picture thumbnail on the app for the playback. A pretty minor complaint in the grand scheme of things, but it's just something they could improve on. Hopefully the software technicians can work at that, and it would make life a lot easier. So there it is. That is my review of the Reolink Go. I am impressed with it. I've been having a ton of fun and continue to use it here as a security camera. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them down in the description. I try and get back to each and every one of you, and I like to hear from you. If you have a question, I'll try and answer that. If you want to check the description below, I'll have a link to this product, to both the Reolink Go and the solar panel, or you can buy them as a combo. Check that out for more information down there. As always, I appreciate you watching. We will see you on the next video.